When we talk about the architecture of attraction, we're really talking about how the brain separates different kinds of needs. Because the old man meets woman narrative assumes everything is bundled together: sexual desire, romantic love, attachment, caregiving, all as one single system. But neuroscience suggests it's not one system, it's layered. And once you understand that, a lot of human diversity starts to make more sense. Let's begin with something called the split attraction model. For a long time, researchers assumed that if you were sexually attracted to someone, you were automatically romantically attracted to them too. But that's not always true. The split attraction model proposes that there are at least two distinct systems operating in the brain. First, sexual attraction. This is the desire for physical or sexual contact. It's strongly linked to the hypothalamus, testosterone, and dopamine. It's about bodily drive and reward. Then there's romantic attraction. That's the desire for emotional intimacy, the craving for closeness, the experience of a crush. That system leans more heavily on oxytocin and serotonin, chemicals involved in bonding and emotional regulation. Because these systems use partly different chemical pathways, they can operate independently. They can be coupled or decoupled, and that's where different identities emerge. For example, someone who is aromantic and asexual, often called aroace, experiences neither romantic nor sexual attraction. A biromantic asexual may experience romantic feelings toward multiple genders, crushes, emotional longing, but have no desire for sexual contact. An aromantic allosexual might experience sexual desire, strong libido, attraction to bodies, but feel no pull toward falling in love or forming romantic attachment. The point is, attraction isn't one switch, it's multiple dials. Now, let's separate aromanticism and asexuality more clearly. Asexuality is about sexual attraction, the physical drive toward others. The engine for sexual desire simply doesn't activate in response to people. Aromanticism, on the other hand, is about romantic attraction. It's about the emotional pull, that intense limerent stage where serotonin drops and people become almost lovesick, obsessive, euphoric. An aromantic person typically doesn't experience that state, not because something is broken, but because that particular system doesn't engage in the same way. So, again, we're not talking about malfunction, we're talking about variation in activation. Now, zooming out to evolution. If evolution is about survival and passing on genes, then a natural question arises. Why would orientations that don't prioritize reproduction exist at all? One proposed explanation is the kin selection hypothesis, sometimes informally called the gay uncle or ace aunt theory. The math of genetics is simple. You share about 50% of your DNA with a sibling, around 25% with a niece or nephew. If someone does not have children of their own, they can invest their energy, protection, food gathering, and caregiving into their relatives. By helping siblings' children survive, they indirectly pass on shared genes. This is called indirect fitness. From that perspective, evolution doesn't just select individuals, it can select for group survival strategies. Beyond kin selection, there are other evolutionary theories. One is sometimes called the social glue theory. If some members of a tribe are less driven by sexual competition, it may reduce conflict, jealousy, and violence. That could create a more stable, cooperative group. Another theory is balanced polymorphism. This suggests that the same genetic variations that contribute to one orientation in one individual might, in different combinations, increase fertility or reproductive success in relatives. So the trait remains in the gene pool because overall it provides a net advantage to the family line. Then there's what we might call the demisexual advantage, from an evolutionary standpoint requiring a strong emotional bond before sexual engagement acts as a filter. It ensures commitment and trust before risking the enormous biological cost of pregnancy and child rearing. So, if we compare the different systems involved, we see something interesting. Lust is strongly influenced by testosterone. Its purpose is seeking mates and sex. Attraction, the focused interest in one person, is strongly linked to dopamine. Its purpose is choosing a specific mate. Attachment relies heavily on oxytocin. Its purpose is long-term bonding. Caregiving and protection involve systems including vasopressin. Their purpose is maintaining the group and protecting kin. Different orientations may involve different patterns of emphasis across these systems, not absence of humanity, not broken biology, but a different configuration within the same overall architecture.